Hey guys, what's going on? McMull2 here, welcome back to my channel. Today we are taking a look at R2C2 with clones in Phase 2 of the Heroic AAT raid. As you'll see here in the thumbnail for the damage, they did about 4.6, almost 4.7 million damage. So it's some really respectable damage here. The trick is that R2D2 buffs the clones. He also gains buffs from them and can give it back to them as well. He can give them bonus crit chance, and then he can gain bonus offense from them, and then give it right back to them. So yeah, we'll go into detail about just what the mods are for R2, and then we'll talk about the overall strategy for the video, and then I will just let you guys finish watching the video on your own. So for R2, as you can see, I've almost got him fully geared at gear 11. The mods you want to use on him, the thing you want to focus on is crit chance first, get up to a good amount, like say 50%, and then start stacking in physical damage or offense on him. The reason you want to do this is because you want him to a good, decent crit chance, so between him and Cody, he gain another 25% crit chance, while the clones will gain 40% between Cody and R2 as well, with their abilities. So get him up to about 50% crit chance, that'll give him up to 75 once the abilities kick in. And then start stacking offense and crit chance on the mods with him. As you can see here, I'm trying to get some offense and crit chance as well. My crit chance mods are not the best right now. That's a problem I'm still having. It's something I'm going to have to continue to grind on and fix. But this arrow, I'll probably switch it to offense instead of speed. I think once I get that Omega on Smokescreen, that will help as well. But you see, I've got a cross here on the... I've got offense on the cross, excuse me, and then of course you have offense on the square, mixing up my terms here. So yeah, set of potency to help stack that burning debuff, which I'll explain more during the rest of the fight, and then of course you got 2 sets of crit chance here as well. So he's got some decent stats here. His special crit chance about 40%. So overall he's gonna get some decent damage in. As you can see, he almost did 800,000 damage during this fight, so he does some pretty good damage on his own. Once the offense and everything kicks in, thanks to the Galactic Republic allies who are clones, which, I'll go ahead and explain more of that during the fight. But yeah, that's the mods on him, and then for the abilities, you can see I've got the Omega on Electroshock, so more damage on his basic. I've got the Omega on Improvise for the cooldown reduction and burning duration. And then I've got the Zeta on Number Crunch. The only other thing I think you really need to focus on to get him ready for Phase 4 is the cooldown reduction and the Omega for Smokescreen, because I think that's going to help tie things over, which as the fight goes on, I'll explain more of that as well. But overall, yeah guys, that's the mods I'm running him. That's what I have Omega on and Zeta on him right now. So now we've done that, let's go ahead and take a look through the fight. Let's explain the strategy so you guys can know what to do with him. And yeah, we will go from there. So the strategy overall for this team is that with the Number Crunch Zeta from R2, because he has 4 Galactic Republic allies in there, and by the way, your Galactic Republic allies are anyone who's a Jedi during the Republic eras, as well as your clone troopers, and then for some reason they threw in Clone Wars Chewbacca, and of course the Underworld Police, who finally has a faction tag in the game. Hooray! I know, everybody's been waiting for a faction tag, or not, depends on who you are. So yeah, everyone from the Galactic Republic faction will add 10% bonus offense onto R2, thanks to his Number Crunch, and then his Zeta from there then adds 10% of his max protection, health, offense, and potency back to the other allies that are with him on the team. So because there's 4 clones in here, that's 40% bonus offense to R2, and R2's running about 2,400 offense already, so adding in another 40%, that's about another 1,000% or 1,000 offense as it is. So he's running about 3,400 offense, and then he takes 10% of that, so about 340, and then adds it into the clones. So all your clones are gaining a good 340 bonus offense, and thanks to R2's Zeta on his Number Crunch, which means a lot of damage for these guys. My Clone Sergeant, his damage is a little back and forth. You'll see sometimes he hits for as low as 18,000 on the tank when it's toppled, and he'll sometimes reach as high as 21,000. So he's got some decent numbers there. Gonna have to keep working on that. I forgot to remod him, so he still has crit chance on him. He doesn't need crit chance because thanks to R2 and Cody, he's got plenty there combined with his unique, where he gains bonus crit chance for each clone allied in the team with him. So going back to R2, his second unique ability called Combat Analysis adds 10% crit chance to all allies on the team. And then you have Commander Cody, who then gives 30% crit chance to all clone allies. So between those two, all your clones will gain 40% crit chance on their own. R2 will gain actually half of that 30%, 15%, because he's a non-clone ally, plus his 10%, so he's going to get 25% crit chance instead. So I have R2 modded for about 52%, so you get up to about 78% crit chance, somewhere in that area. And then your clones, you only have to mod them up to 60% crit chance, because then the 40% between R2 and Cody adds into 100% crit chance total, and it's not bugged like Leia's crit chance buff is stacking with Commander Cody. So that's nice to have there. So you can just guarantee crits on Echo, Fives, and Sergeant right out the gate there. Cody is going to be a little harder because you're wanting to focus more on speed with him, so your crit chance isn't going to be as high. I had him still up to like 85, 86% crit chance by the time everything was said and done, so he still had a pretty high crit chance as it is. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of yellow numbers with this team. The other things that you want to do with R2 is obviously use his improvise whenever you can, because something I've noticed using Princess Zodi before is that the tank will randomly decide it wants to pull a matrix and just dodge everything that gets thrown at it. So if you throw that burning on there, it can never dodge. So if you throw that burning debuff on, then he's suddenly not going to go pull a Neo or something and dodge everything you throw at him, and then it completely messes up your 212 and you have a really bad time. So you're going to have that with him. And then his smoke screen, what you want to do with that is you want to, before the tank comes back up, throw it on 5s. So everyone else but 5s is stealth. 5s gains foresight, and once it's a mega, he'll gain advantage as well. Now what's going to happen here is because everyone else is stealth, the tank is going to focus all attacks on 5s, but because 5s also likes to counter, so if the tank attacks 5s, 5s will counter, throw more speed downs. If you can get speed down on the side turrets and the main hull as well, when you use the 212s, you're going to get that double tap from 5s, which reduces the risk of not getting crit chance or critical attacks from R2 or Cody as well. So getting that slowdown on the turrets before you do the 212 is paramount, because then you can get that guaranteed crit between Sergeant, the 2 attacks from 5s, 1 attack from Echo, and then it's RNG on if Cody, R2, or Echo will assist again. So you've got 4 guaranteed critical hits there, and then you've got 3 other attacks that could critically hit. And I think out of the entire fight, I only had 1 time where I didn't get a full cooldown reduction on 212. So it wasn't too bad. It was during while the tank was still up, so it didn't overall harm my score too much. So yeah, that's the overall strategy you want to use with R2. Use 5's special to call a clone ally to assist whenever the tank is down, because as it is right now, this fight went incredibly smooth. This is my first attempt with them, by the way. Like, this wasn't a practice warm-up or anything. This is my first time throwing them in there, and I did this much damage to them without even like trying, and it was just like, wow, I can't believe it. This team is just incredibly easy to use. So yeah, this team is very easy to use. The damage limit seems to be about the same as Princess Zodi in Phase 2, so I think if Smokescreen from R2 works the exact same way as all the other buffs do, and hopefully the Foresight will dodge the attack from Firestorm. If not, hopefully I have to time it correctly with the advantage as well. So we'll see how that goes. But I think Smokescreen should allow R2 to work in Phase 4 with your clones. And I think the way it's working now, if I can mod R2 correctly, I highly believe that R2 with clones, or as I'm calling them, R2C2, because you have R2 and then Commander Cody has 2 C's, R2C2. It's a bad joke, I know. So yeah, it's I think this team can do better than Princess Zodi in Phase 4. Don't hold me to that. Don't get super excited being like, oh my gosh, Mike Mole said it, he's a clone guru. Let's all follow what he says. Don't hold me to that, because I haven't tested it yet. It's coming up next. My next fight, I'm going to be trying it. So hold off until I can come back and say, yes, this works. So yeah, hold off, wait for me to test it out before you guys go all in, and then I'm going to get nasty messages from everyone saying, Big Mole, I thought you said this was going to work. It's not working. Why would you say this to us? How could you be like this? I'm sorry, I'm testing it out first, and then I'll let you guys know if it's going to work. I think it's going to work. I'm not 100% sure, so don't go in yet. Just wait for me to test it out. Anyways, so that's your overall strategy here. Get the slowdowns, force the taunts with the smoke screen on 5s, let him do his counters on the turrets to get the slow down, then follow with 212s. The guaranteed crits on everything just kind of wipes out the turrets super quickly. So yeah, you're going to get a lot of easy damage, a lot of clean, super clean topples. I've never had a fight like this where I've had such easy topples on a fight. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe to this video. Keep an eye out for more content on my channel in the future. But yeah, guys, I will talk to you all later. As I said before, keep an eye out for more clones and R2 footage. I'm going to be trying them in Arena. Trying early access, it didn't really work too well. But, you know, maybe something changed between now and then. Who knows? I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to watch the end of the video. Let people see this video. Share it with them. Let them know, hey, R2 with clones, it's a legitimate team in the raid. Anyways, guys, I will talk to you all later.